Oh man. So I 100% overdid it yesterday. Like everything is super sore today. Definitely lifted way too much with a still not 100% Portacalf, but meh, it'll be all right. Trying to kind of wrap my head around, you know, like I was living in San Diego, living in paradise, moved back here, moved to Charlotte, had my own place with Brooke, everything was great. Now I'm sleeping on a couch in a town that's about an hour away from anything exciting. So it's taken me kind of a minute to, I don't know, not feel sorry for myself, not throw a pity party is the best way to put it. But Ember and Nebula are loving this place. You can see there's a glass door and they just kind of lay here and sunbathe all day.
How you doing?
Ember has been running around the neighborhood as many times as he gets the chance to. We're working on off-leash training, and he does good for a few minutes and then he gets a wild hair up his ass and he decides he's gonna just sprint full force across the whole neighborhood. Everything's just kind of a disaster right now. Unless like, my stuff is everywhere. I'm trying to clean out this closet right here to put my stuff in. It's just insanity. The plan moving forward is I'm trying to get a van. I'm shooting for like a Ford Transit Cargo. I want to get that, mod out the inside, and pretty much just travel right now. That's my goals and what I want to do. It's just a matter of saving up the money, all the money that I sunk into the apartment, into crap for the apartment. I just got to resave and try to get myself, if anyone happens to be watching this who is a secret millionaire, if you'd like to donate just like 20K to me, I don't even need a lot, just like 20K for the van. I'll put your face on the side of it. Like legit, just a portrait of you on the side of the van forever. All right, won't even care, won't mind it whatsoever. But the whole point of van life is not just to explore the country, because I do want to do that. Like I love living in a van. I love waking up somewhere new every day. Like that's just super, like I love it. I want to show people with cystic fibrosis that you can get out and live these crazy dreams that you may have and you're not gonna die. Like doctors scare the crap out of so many patients, so many CFers that it's gonna be all right, you know? I wanna raise awareness while I travel around. I wanna go on these crazy adventures, tell people about CF, get sponsors, we have this movie 5 Feet Apart coming out. We have this spotlight that's slowly, finally shining on cystic fibrosis, and I wanna contribute as much as I can. Unfortunately, I'm not rich and don't really have a lot saved up after all that I sunk into the apartment and that relationship and all that crap. So pretty much just starting from ground zero, and yeah. And I'm an independent contractor at the job that I work out, but December is looking completely empty. So if we don't have any more clients that jump on board, then that means I'm basically out of work until another client jumps on and we have events to staff. So also, if anyone's watching this who has any sort of business or job openings that you could use someone very talented, very smart, very tech savvy, that they could work online and help you out, hit a brother up as well. One thing I did notice today though, after like looking at it, is my port sticks out a little bit further than I thought it did. So I'm definitely, as soon as possible, I'm gonna get back into the gym and get back to working out, try to get my chest built back to where it was, so that won't be so prominent sticking out there. I try not to be like, it's funny because I dress kind of like a bum most of the time. Like, I don't really care how I dress 99% of the time. But I do, like, I can't lie, I am a bit vain when it comes to, how I look. It's a very small tightrope to walk whenever you have a chronic condition, because eventually something's gonna happen. You're gonna get hacked open and have some crazy scars, or a port sticking out of your chest or something like that. So it's just something else that I kind of have to you just kind of have to get used to. I know after a while it's not even gonna be a second thought, but for now, whenever I take off my shirt and look in the mirror, I'm still just kind of like, ugh. Not really a fan of it currently. Just trying to stay positive, look towards the future, realize this is only temporary. Super grateful for my dad for giving me, a place to crash, and letting Ember and Nebula tag along with me. Me is one thing, but hosting my animals is another, so that's really awesome. But, it's not something that I want to be permanent. I've never been the small town guy. Doing the Cheers thing where everybody knows your name, that's just not my style. I want way more. So I just gotta keep my mind focused on this is only temporary. It's gonna get better. I'm gonna, you know, make these steps that I want. It's the next day and I'm magically shirtless. People watching this are probably like, God, why is this guy like shirtless in so many of his like vlogs? He must be the most vain asshole in the world. Touched on it, but the port is still like, oof, it's rough, man. Like, hold on a second. I didn't think it was as visible because the hospital doesn't have good lighting and there was bandages on it and all sorts of shit, but you can 100% see the whole line, see the whole shebang. Like, vanity is the devil, but we all have it. I don't have the greatest physique. I did at one point when I lived in San Diego, when I was in the gym and I was working out a lot. But came back to North Carolina, got really sick, lost it. Depression came back, relationship issues. It's just like one thing after the other and I totally lost it. So I know that's the main reason it's sticking out, is because my weight and my physique isn't where I want it to be, but it's still, it's just can't demand a refund on this thing. So the thing is, man, you just kind of got to deal with it. So I'm just kind of walking around and owning it, you know, just forcing myself to look at it all the time, forcing myself to touch it all the time. You know, that's really what you gotta do. You know, it's never going away. It's a part of me now. So you just kind of have to learn to accept that and, you know, and deal with it. Learn to love it. A question that I have gotten from multiple people is, what does a port do? Well, you saw people, they get IVs in their arms to, you know, get medicine in them. Well, a port is basically that, except it's always in you. It's like, it's under the skin right here, as you can see. It's like a nipple. It's like I have 3 nipples now. And I had to get that because with cystic fibrosis, it is very hard to use a regular IV for the medications that we get. The antibiotics that we get are super strong, and what they do is they end up blowing our veins. So basically the vein can't take it, the vein blows, and then wherever the IV is filtrates, and then you have this gargantuan like watermelon growth on your arm of nothing but medicine that's filtrated into the skin. Then you get another IV, repeat process. Now, apparently some CFers do go through that, like go through whole admissions with IVs that I've learned since I made my reaction video and a lot of you guys reached out to me. To you guys, mad props. You guys must have like Wolverine grade adamantium veins, because mine, no. Now a PICC line is a line that they put into your arm and it goes into one of the peripheral veins in your body. So like the basilic, brachial, etc. The line gets put in here and then threaded and then kind of drops down to your heart. You can only get so many of those before your veins go to dust. I've been getting PICC lines since they became a thing to do for cystic fibrosis patients at Duke University Hospital when I was still in single digits. All those are PICC line scars right there. The other arm is just as bad. The only reason you can't really see these a lot is because it's covered with tattoos. But if you look real close in the skull's face, that is also PICC line scars. I have a pretty high pain tolerance, and after someone is fishing around in your arm for an hour and a half with needles that are this big and guide wires, and they're just bumping into like the sides and everything, anyone's gonna tap out. So they finally got a PICC line in after that long, but it gave me so many problems the last admission, I wasn't going through that again. So that's why I had to get the port placed. So they basically go in through this part of your neck, through the wire in, they cut your chest open right here. They put in like a little, what's called the button. That goes under your skin, and then all this tubing right here connects to this. Everything right here is connected. A little squishy part, like right in the middle of this guy right here. And that is where you put the needle. So whenever I have to go into the hospital now, boop, put it in, put a bandage over it, good to go. It's been 2 weeks and a day since this guy was put in. It's still like, it doesn't hurt when you move around or stretch or anything like that. It just, stiff is the best way that I can put it. Like my neck is way better. I can't even feel it in my neck. It's just getting used to, like, I guess the skin just kind of pulling against it right here on the surface, and just kind of adapt to having a port now, which is what I have to do. And it's kind of what that's pretty much the story of life with having cystic fibrosis is eventually you gotta quit whining about it, and you just gotta like push yourself and push through. Like that's about all the time I have for today with this vlog. Try to get back to just more of the questions you guys asked, because you guys have been flooding me with questions and ads across every social media platform known to man. And I mean, for that, I am like eternally grateful. You guys are absolutely 100% amazing. Just like, holy crap, it's overwhelming. But just with getting out of the hospital and moving out and then juggling my job at the same time, just a little slow in getting back. So again, if there's any questions that you want to make sure I don't miss, just drop them again in the comments here. Now that I'm out of the hospital, gonna be cranking out way more cool stuff for you guys. Once my body quits sucking, because I've literally just been like lifting 2 things and getting tired and taking like 3-hour naps. Once my body gets out of weak hospital mode, gonna get back to hiking, get Ember out, and really just gonna be bringing you guys all sorts of rad stuff. So stay tuned for that. Drop your comments, be sure to subscribe, like the channel. Make sure you hit the little bell so you're notified anytime that I post a new video so you guys don't miss out. Follow me on all the social media platforms. If I don't get back to you immediately, I apologize. I will get back as soon as I can. It's almost Friday, which doesn't really matter for me because I'm a staffing manager and I'm a slave to my computer. For everyone else, it's almost Friday. Hang in there. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.